just kidding. Paparazzi lights. We don't really need that for the episode, but I'm just showing you guys what we have to offer here at Transcend Podcast Studio. Let me show you another one. These are the podcast lights, right? But now it's a warm, fiery fire. Little flicker here and there. All right, now we're on a high-speed chase. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, this is probably the worst one. And then let's just go with the classic, the party lights. Like, you can never go wrong with the party lights. And that's just something that we offer here at the studio. And by the studio, I'm talking about the Transcend Podcast Studio. Book a studio tour. Just come in here, see what we have to offer. Come meet us. We love to meet new people. We love showing people our studio because it's that great and it's amazing and all the above, anything that you can think of. But let's snap out of it. Here we go. Back again. We are back. I know on that last video, I didn't really talk too much about actually editing. As I'm looking back at it, it's like I could have cut this in at a different time. Yes, I could have. I admit that, but I didn't. And this is just what it is. So this time I'm going to try and do a much better job. 10 views. 10 views. Okay. Look, I'm not mad at that. But after all this rambling, we'll get into the video.
Okay. You want to start?
So for this one,
in the room, or are you just starting it like?
You know, it's always a challenge to find a really good opening sequence. So
yeah.
For this one, we went with the rewind, as you'll see in a few seconds.
So it is day one. It is day one after the Bay Area Showdown.
This is a great play. I absolutely, this was just a great play. This is a fun edit. Shout out to our logo. Once again, we talked about that in the last one. But let's go ahead and just break this down from the jump. So for the start of the video, we had footage from after the event. So in order to expound or just show you more behind the scenes stuff, I thought it would be good to just jump straight into the video. So that's why I left it the way it was. Like Travis is like, are you going to be recording or how are we going to be doing this? And I just kept rolling. So I think adding an element of like a true behind the scenes where it's like not scripted. This is the actual events going on. Like this is the true behind the scenes. People don't get to see that. You get to see the finished product all the time. I think we do an amazing job keeping the studio nice and clean. But showing you guys the real behind the scenes is the biggest thing with this video, obviously. There's so many ways to open a video. It could be something extreme for the first 2 seconds or whatever. Everybody has their own way of doing it. You can go straight into the video. You can do a rewind like what we did. Or you could just go into a montage. One of my favorite shows ever is That's Delicious. I literally learned how to edit from watching hours and hours of that TV show. But there's so many different ways to do an intro. There's not really any right or wrong way. Once again, I'm always gonna be for the creative side. Like whatever you think is creative and whatever makes you happy as the editor, do it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you made something that you're happy with. And at the end of the day, I think that's the most important. But back to the edit. So yeah, once we hit the rewind, it's like, okay, what's next? Like that was pretty cool. So now you got to hit them with a crazy edit. And to be fair, this edit isn't crazy. The ball is going through the basket. All you have to do is find something that matches. So you use your grid lines. All I do is center every grid line from vertical and horizontal. You keep the basketball within the frame and you just track it for as long as you want to. I won't go into too much detail because there is a lot involved with the tracking, picking shots, but it's a very quick and easy way to make something a little more exciting. We gave you the rewind, and now we have to keep your attention. So you want to see something fun. You want to. I know you do, because I want to. I always want to see something fun. So this was my something fun. But yeah, just match cuts and just little zoom ins. But I really wanted to show you the exciting parts of what was going on during the tournament. So that was really important.
It's madness right now, but we're gonna get it back to where it needs to be. Try to line up these first two. Yeah.
Bring it around.
I was way off.
So as you can see, my thought process for this was, let's go ahead and shoot Travis talking about the whole event while we're setting back up. And you'll see within the rest of the video, I use this as a baseline. I decided to do that because, once again, like, voiceover, just, if you have a bunch of B-roll and a bunch of footage, voiceover can tie everything together. Don't ever forget that. Voiceover can tie everything together. I know sometimes it'll take a little bit, or you're like, dang, I didn't record a voiceover in real time. That's fine. You can still sit down, have a quick little interview with whoever was involved, and they can tell the story from there. And that's what we did here. But I thought it would be interesting to use the setup to kind of break the video apart. Like I talked about in the last one, attention span, keeping your audience engaged throughout the video is very important. So
obviously,
that was a fun angle. I just put the camera on the chair and I was like, let's run it.
Capturing the footage.
It actually looked pretty cool.
Games as much as
so shout out to Lucas for making this live stream graphic. Absolutely incredible job.
People. And
absolutely
For
incredible.
a little bit. Overall, it definitely went well.
It was hot. It was hot that day. All right, well, let's get into location scouting. So another thing with your videos, just a quick tip, plan your videos, just plan them out. Like, we knew we were gonna location scout, boom, let's get that. You know you're gonna get content from the actual game and also the behind the scenes. So how are you gonna tie all that in together? Pre-plan it. We know we're gonna get that. I wanna get the after interview for the baseline of the video. And then we go to location scouting, then we go to the event, and then the wrap up, which you'll see later. But plan out these things, even if it's just the macro lens of it all. I don't even know if that makes sense, a macro lens, but the bigger picture. If you plan out the bigger picture, it'll make your editing time cut down significantly, because oftentimes people start looking at the footage and they want to immediately cut and do whatever. And that causes you to waste time and energy. And you don't want to do that while you're editing. You want to be quick and efficient with it. So small planning, even if it's just, okay, this is the baseline for the video. This is going to be the first segment, second, and then the closing. Even if it's just that, it'll help you so much.
We're just coming through, gonna location scout, make sure we have the proper internet and everything to make it happen.
Yeah, y'all come on in, man.
Appreciate it.
Shout out to Ronnie and Tick. But yeah, Ronnie and Tick were giving us the breakdown of what's going to be going on. So I thought it was just really important to just highlight them, of course, because they're the ones who are going to be facilitating this whole thing. And then this is an important segment as well, because it just ties into the whole behind the scenes. Like, we have to go do these location scouts for certain venues because we don't know exactly what we're getting into every single time. So this was our first time as a collective group coming to the Wiregrass Ranch. So it's like, let's go ahead and see what's going on there. And once again, that is important to this storyline that we're creating of a behind the scenes, because that's just stuff that you guys don't get to see all the time. So it's important for us to show that. Like, that goes into the work process of what we do here at Transcend Media Agency. Also on the fly. So here, there's a bounce house. And I'm just like, what is something that is going to be exciting for this video during that location scouting? Because obviously, like last time at Leto for the pro day, location scouting is very monotonous and just a lot of talking and just standing there. So I had to think, okay, what can we insert into this portion of the video to make it more exciting? So we saw the bounce house and we're just like, let's make something out of that. So here is our bounce house sequence featuring Jenna and Alex.
10 seconds.
Oh my gosh. It's like you would think this would be easy, but I think the fact that it's made for kids makes it a little bit tougher for adults.
2 hours later.
The GoPro footage actually enhances this a lot more. But as you can see, like adding in small stuff like that or thinking on the fly is very important as well, because if you can create something fun to go along with what you're already filming, just go ahead and do it. If it works, it works. If not, then you just scrap the footage. But there you go. And then we get into our commercial segment. So that's about 4 minutes into the video. And shout out to Lucas for making this video. And once again, Lucas, come on, man. Like, legendary guy there.
Here are 3
But
features
yeah,
of the
here's a
best
commercial
hybrid
break.
camera
I
on the
think,
market right now. Number 1.
you know,
The
once again, I'm a
Sony
huge fan of
A7R5
just
boasts a
breaking it up
61 megapixel
because
sensor
when you're
and
watching
is capable
TV or
of
you're
up to
watching
8K
something,
recording with no limit
you're
on recording
typically
time.
getting into a
Number
commercial
2,
break. So
Sony Snack Studio
more
2.
behind the scenes for you guys as well.
That on Sunday night.
This is what it takes,
to
man.
carry all this
This
stuff
is what
up,
it takes.
put everything in the middle of this, and then grabbed all the corners and yeah, carried it. You ready? You want to go that way? Okay. Okay, there's 1, there's 2.
This was also
and
shot
then one
during
more
scouting.
right here.
And the fun part is,
Ranch, you know, we knew
see
we
this
expected a high
segment
level,
where they're shooting the
tournament,
basketball,
especially
Alex
with
is on the
$15,000
drone.
cash prize. And I mean, yeah,
I cut it
was
in
blown
with
away.
this footage from the actual day
Wiregrass
of the
Ranch
event,
complex. I was also blown
just to
away
showcase
by
the angle,
how organized
because
Tick made
having
this
drone
event
footage
as
is
well.
fun.
He definitely put a lot of hours and a lot of communication hours at that.
What did you think about the basketball that was going on?
Oh my God. I was blown away.
So you see, we get back into the baseline, right? So I've carried you through opening sequence and it lifts you. Then we go into the location scouting. It kind of slows down a little bit. Then we jump into the bounce house and it goes back up in excitement. And then we go back to our baseline. Travis continues to talk about the event, how it was planned very well. And that kind of brings you back down. It kind of settles you back in after the commercial and then that sequence. It kind of settles you back in. So now, you know, what do you think is going to happen next? Championship game. Let's get into it. You know, this is what the people want to see.
This is a great game. And it's what I was looking
Once
for
again,
right
shout
now.
out to Lucas for this graphic, because our live stream graphic is just, this is elite, bro. Like this is elite. But now we get into the championship game. So once again, we're carrying you back up, right? We're carrying you back into more excitement. Great shot. This is just really good basketball, honestly. Good back and forth action. Great flow. This was tough. Like, that's tough. Same hand, same foot, reverse. Can't beat that. Deshaun Munson. Shout out to Deshaun Munson. This was the first time I ever saw somebody walk every single bucket down to the paint. He missed that one, but he's walking everybody down into the paint. Shout out to Quincy, USF Bull. Great player.
The firm is actually running a play.
Yeah, they not. Oh, wait a minute!
That's one of my guys.
I'm trying to figure out what's
That's
happening.
one of my guys. That's one of my guys.
What's y'all? We going to school together, sir?
I mean, it's a long story. It's a long story. Long story. Long story. Oh, good feed. Hey, I like number 3 too, man, for OP Elite.
And that transition. Shout out to Lucas. Lucas made that transition as well. But you see that though, even within this sequence itself, there's a little break with there's a montage of the championship game going on, but also I threw in the commentary, the live commentary of the game. That's just another way to break things up because you want to keep people's attention. That's always going to be a thing no matter what. You want people to be engaged. So you have to think of creative ways to do that. I mean, it's not that creative. I'm just using my resources, right? So whatever you have, think of how you can implement it so that you can continue to keep your viewer engaged. And as you can see here, Quincy's like, bro, you're really walking everybody down to the paint and scoring. This is a great game though, man. Shout out to OP Elite for the dub. That ref right there in the blue shorts, he's actually an NBA ref. Crazy because I've seen him finally, after the event, I finally saw him on TV. I'm like, wow, it's an NBA ref. $15,000 cash prize, man. You can't beat that. Can't beat that. Everybody gets a couple bucks, you know, or however they do it, but.
Overall, it was definitely a success. Obviously, you know, there's all
Now,
kinds of
see,
different technical issues that we could have.
This is why it's important to have your baseline, because after the event, it's like, okay, the event's over. Now what? We'll show you. You've been subconsciously viewing the studio getting built
success.
for the whole video.
You know, there's all kinds of different technical
and
issues
now
that we could have.
You're gonna get the payoff,
if we
right?
had
This is where you wrap things up. This is how you close it out.
If we had 4 other bodies that were.
And another quick tip right here. You see Lucas is nodding, right?
Or just.
Right. So what
operating
he's
cameras in
saying,
general.
it's like you can nod along to that. It's like, okay, that's true. Yes, that's true. So what happened there is I found a clip where Lucas is just nodding his head, like agreeing with whatever is being said. It was a totally different part of the video that I was recording, and he was just happened to nod his head. And so I took that, and while Travis is talking about something that would make somebody like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, or not, or whatever the case is, I took that clip and inserted it there. That is the beauty of editing. You make the story. So if he was laughing in the first 10 minutes of you recording, and then Travis says a joke in the last 15 minutes of recording, you can use that laugh reaction to go along with the joke in the last 15 minutes. But yeah, those small things like that, I wish I would have known, but that just comes with experience. So let's get to the wrap up. I know I rambled there, but biggest thing is editors create the story. So if you see something that you can use to insert into what somebody's saying, use it. Doesn't matter where it's been shot. If it makes sense, it makes sense.
Operating cameras in general. So I definitely think once we watch this back and we watch the stream, we're going to have.
So now even the vibe change, like the cuts are a little bit longer. You get to sit and watch a little bit more. So what I'm doing here is I want you to slow down now. Like we're getting near the end. Let me just calm it down, change the vibe up, and show you some more BTS, but we're slowing the vibe down.
To get this through as easy as possible.
And here's a deeper cut into the behind the scenes. This is how we run our wires.
Cavity to put all of the cords through.
It's funny. Travis was explaining it detail by detail, but
one that's already passed through, and then
like this is taking a little bit too long, so let's just chop it up like it's a social media video.
So you can go ahead and start pulling it. Delivering the baby of XLR cables.
And even that, like we had the voiceover montage with the B-roll, but now we're cutting to a fun little sequence. The baby of XLR cables. So initially when I shot this video,
top tier. So we
I
went with
in the edit,
tier
I
one,
didn't
and
have the
have
photos, but I'm thinking, you know what? Like, let's just get the photos because I think the photos do more for it. It just enhances it slightly so you get the real-time video along with the static photos so that you can really get the picture of what goes on.
Video capture. We have 4 HDMI cables running into this. This is the Sonnet Echo Express that has 2 Blackmagic Quad Deck Link PCIe.
Yeah.
Pretty expensive.
That speaks
piece
for
of
itself.
equipment. So we also have our DMX control.
It's a lot, man. We're really like we're giving y'all the gems. Like this is how we do stuff here.
Daisy chain ends here. So we have
And you can do the
control
same
of
thing.
all of our lights, so we don't have to get up from
Sign up for our courses coming soon. Don't forget.
Lights manually. Live stream and
Live stream was
just went
great, bro.
Essentially play by
You killed it.
watching what we
Per
did
usual.
right, what we did wrong.
Not trying to be
and
cocky, whatever.
Yeah.
We killed
Other
it.
than that, we'll see you on the next one.
Here are our outtakes too. This is great.
Okay. Sorry, I was thinking about me. Hey, Tampa. Okay.
I don't know. I'm messing around.
Watch The Beekeeper.
I like it.
It was good.
It was better than it should have been for sure.
So remember, plan your shoots, even if it's something small. Editor, as the editor, you can create the story how you want. And finally, your pacing to your video. So make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And thank you guys for watching. We got 10 views on the last one. Hopefully we can get 15 this time. And if you enjoyed it, please, please, please leave us a comment. It's gonna be very important for us. But yeah, anything else that you guys want to know about, anything you want to see, make sure you drop that comment and we'll be able to get it to you. And thank you for watching. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back with another one.
Thanks, Lucas.